directed propaganda, there's a narrative. And the people that control Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, they're deep off into the rainbow, which is their business. But we fall for some more stupid propaganda, which is it's private, so they can do what they want. Well, what about the poor private guy in Colorado who, against his religious scruples, was forced to bake a cake for a gay couple he didn't even know? All right. How about when they took Trump in about 3 years ago because he was blocking these fools that were trying to troll him when he was posting, and he wisely did not go any further. He let it go to the Court of Appeals. And what happens is they said he had to unblock them because it was a public forum and these people had a right to exercise their First Amendment rights. So that's still standing, which means Twitter, Instagram, Facebook should be busted on a class action for not functioning properly as a public utility and attempting to monopolize the airways, which are licensed. They have to have a license to do what they do. So when they take this public license, they've got an obligation to the public and they become a public utility. Now, 150 years ago, when they started getting gas lighting and stuff in cities, these companies that were privatized to provide these services were private companies that provided these services started saying, we want to do some redevelopment. So we're not going to give you guys your gas because we don't like you. Well, they got declared a public utility, so they have to treat everybody doing the same way. And the analogy that some people ought to get is the phone company can't tell you what the hell to say on your cell phone. Same principles apply to Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. YouTube, because they're using public airways and they have to have a license to do that broadcasting that they depend upon, they can't either. So,
well, they definitely do. How do they get away with it?
But you see, that's because too many people think in terms of the narrative that they've established and another narrative which came from the other side about the sanctity of private enterprise.